So this recording of live trading here, I'm here on the charts. The markets is a little bit ranging at the moment. It went clearly down from the session in Asia and the European session as well. But here, since the start of the American session, price action seems to go up. But it looks here like the market wants to go a little more uh, down, and I see it as well in the liquidity battle here. There are sellers active. My assumption is that there is a search for liquidity underneath that one here. So there might be a push from market sellers further down here to collect all these trapped buyers here. So I put my buy limit order right here, and let's see what's gonna happen. So my order has been filled underneath that. Now what we want to do, what we want to see is buyers coming in here. They try, but there are market sellers here still pushing. You see on the footprint here of the current candle, it is a D volume, and there seems to be a good push down. And now that was those were the market sell orders placed by the buy orders here, by the buyers here. So that's strong push down. That was not very much surprising. But now, maybe I should have waited until that one comes down and see the following reaction, because now it looks, and my trade visualizer shows me that now the market is close to my stop loss, which I set at 100 ticks, and price action wise it goes south, that's for sure, and it probably gets stopped out, and I got stopped out now. So price action here clearly shows the market goes south. When do I jump onto that horse? I'm not sure yet. Maybe with the next. If that one here gets rejected again. There's not a lot of volume here behind it. Clearly looks the buyers are in the lead here. There are so many buyers coming up, so I put a buy order in because it has heavy pressure from the buyers here. They're pushing towards the VWAP, and there's a lot of interest on the limit sell orders above. So I'm wondering if that one is actually enough push to push above here. So even if the market would make a correction now of 50% from here to here, that's 50% here. My stop loss will still be down here. So I kind of feel safe with my trade. I would even lift my take profit even more. The price seems to be stuck underneath the VWAP. There's more volume coming in here at the moment. Delta is showing as negative, so more active sellers out there. So let's see what happens at the 50% level, which is roughly about here. If the market is correcting and continuing up. I'm still 50 ticks in the plus and overall 150 ticks in the minus for the day. So there are multiple possibilities now that the market pushed up and now it did a small correction and scrapped all those stop orders, sell stop orders underneath the VWAP, or the market just goes down. I'm a little bit nervous because these, if I look at the volume here, that negative volume and those negative volumes, usually when there's such a lot of negative volume in one, those are the charts as a 200D chart. So it is not a tick chart or a time-based chart. And one of my criteria is actually looking out for these higher volumes per candle. And you see one of these ones here. That's one of the, that's a huge volume here. That was at 5:40 in the morning. And that was a small little candle. I've got an indicator running here. There's this one here. I call it market footprint. That one for sure grabbed the attention of the indicator and marked a little blue, you see maybe in the background here, a little blue stripe here to the right. That is the value area, the 70% value area of that candle. And because something strange happened here, so I've thought maybe for the future trading activities, this might be interesting. So I mark those areas all done automatically by the indicator. And you can see here, it actually touched that and then went back down. Here it looks like the effect of this high volume here was pretty much over then here, so we can kind of neglect that one. Don't need, that's not active anymore. Any of the other ones might still be active. Maybe the ones over that one here, which is going to be interesting to see what happens when the price goes there, because that one belongs to this candle, was a high volume, and the market reacted here twice. And let's see what happens when the market goes there again. So the market is struggling here, pushing down with market sell orders, but it's clearly a range. And if I look at the demand index, didn't go deeper. It looks more like, okay, the market now pushed down out of that range, which the market from time to time does, and then it pushes back into the range and up there. So it just wants to grab all this liquidity which has been accumulated by all the traders here. In that range here, it looks so small, but it's actually 87 ticks. Let's zoom in a little. I might get stopped out there, but yeah, you know, that's part of trading. So that should be around my 50%, right? The 50% Fibonacci. If you look here, this is around 50%. So Let's see what the market does. My stop loss is underneath that one. So the first time at the 50% it got rejected. Okay, the market got higher up now. It got a little bit more push on the upside. And yeah, and it goes up towards the VWAP. Let's see, it had quite some speed in it. So, and it looks a bit like this. There is a lot of potential. There are a lot of potential sell orders here, which might be good for a push up. So what I would expect now, if I might make an estimation, is there are going to be market buy orders coming in here, and they push the market up there, and then the market buyers, which push it up. That's usually institutions. They want to push it up here, and then they go out, and then those were the market buy orders from the stop losses, from those people which sold down here, at least until here. They got now stopped out, and those are market orders which are pushing the market even higher. So the only thing the institutions need to do on the search of liquidity is push the market up in that area, and then they're going to grab those ones here. So now the big question is, what does the market do? My stop loss is underneath the last low. Price action wise, it looks a bit like it's going upwards, but you never know. Everybody sees the same charts. Okay, not everybody. I mean, I have turned the delta chart here, and it looks a bit different if you look at the 50-minute chart in the top right side here. That one is, yeah, looks like it has broken that high, and now it needs to find a lower high, and a higher high and a higher low. It has built a higher high, but now let's see how more it goes up there. If we look at the 15 minutes chart, it looks like that's here is another stop. There are a lot of big orders up here. Short-term price action here turns into bearish. Yeah, the market jumps up and down, and then probably will get my stop loss if it's pushing more down. Look at these sell orders here, 500, 600, and the market pushed down there. So this here, my stop loss 100 tick is 2% of my size. So that's my maximum risk for that order here. Will I be lucky enough again, since I had been lucky here, I was in the plus for 160 ticks, didn't go out. My best guess at that time was the market gonna be going higher and gonna maybe on the 15-minute chart, if I look at that's that area here. Yeah, the 50% on the 50 minutes chart is somewhere down here. So it is quite annoying here. The market is here just printing volume. Delta is negative here, but the market orders coming in, and often it is the case that limit orders above the current price are pulling up the market, but now there are so many sellers coming in So that's not something I want to see. But yeah, I could go after the trade now and at least have only 52 ticks minus. On the other hand, that's the price I was willing to pay to find out. Yeah, do really want to find out. Yep, my stop got filled. The market still has a lot of limit orders. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in because the buyers are back in. The limit sell orders are kind of pulling the market up, and the market was printing on a short-term price action. It was crossing the previous lower highs, which means a break of structure. I might have gone a little bit too early because the sellers are popping up now again at the previous high. If I look at the 50 minutes chart here, the previous high here, the lower high was broken, and it would be absolutely awesome if the market breaks that one and uses it as a jumping board for the future. Like this one here. Like if the market goes up again and then goes further, but now it's kind of like stuck over here and my stop loss is somewhere here. So it could as well quite likely just not break that level and just come here, come back here and go further down. So whatever news are coming out today, I guess that's gonna be demanding the next moves. In terms of take profit, I just go to the next resistance level to the next level, which would be, well, it doesn't matter how many ticks there are. If I look at the short-term price action from here, from the bottom, we had a move against us and then a good push into the other direction. And now here, probably the market attempts the same. Market is pushing up. If we look at the liquidity battle here, the buyers are coming in. That's great. And they are pushing the market up. But it looks like it's not only the buyers who want to do some business there, it's sellers as well. And I'm 35 ticks in the plus overall. So far, 250 ticks in the minus. Now, the buyers are coming back in. If you look here, it's usually pre-sign limit sell orders here coming in, getting bigger. Then it's kind of pulling the market up because the limit orders here, they're providing the liquidity for the active buyers to go up there. Now, yep, that was a good move, passing the VWAP. As long as the history doesn't happen again, like before I was 160 ticks in plus and now I'm 130 ticks in plus, and then I was stopped out at 100. So, naja, that happens, right? So what I'm always happy about is in the liquidity battle, if there's the main action is happening on that side here, those are the limit sell orders and those are the market buy orders. Like this one here, what happens now I don't like because there's some market sell orders which are pressing the market down and the limit sell or limit buy orders which are actually giving the market sell orders enough food to go down there. So I want to see, especially when the markets goes again down the underneath the VWAP. I hope that there are some limits orders, some the market seems to push down. The market is pushing down and pushing down, which from a pure price action perspective, if we look at it here, this area here, if we look at it here, okay, market came from somewhere here and then couldn't break that one, made a higher low, broke it, and then made a lower low, and then the next higher level couldn't break this one here. So it actually made a lower high and not a higher high. So this one, there's a certain likelihood that the market goes now further down here and proceeds with its journey to the bottom, to a bearish. But what do we know? So let me check with my market map how that one goes. At the moment, it looks like the market has difficulties to find place outside its comfort room, outside its comfort zone. This one is clearly the comfort zone of the market here, and it could easily go down here, just trade a little bit back and forth here, or maybe even to here, those 500 ticks. This is what I would call, that's what I call the comfort zone of the market at the moment here. If we look at that one, the majority of trading happened here in that area. So there is a likelihood that the market either gonna go here and it's gonna jump back here, or even trades the whole range here, and then we are back into the range trading mode, which is not too bad. But if we get stopped out here, I'm gonna leave that stop loss here. It's slightly underneath the range. So if the market goes down to that level, and then I try to get a re-entry into that range, so that range might be the area the market wants to trade now. The market has difficulties to go above that one. It might be even a good likelihood the market goes down and then back up to find enough energy, enough liquidity down here to finally push up again. But let's see. So as we see here, the market goes down indeed into that area. That was my other chance. I missed to pocket in 130 ticks. Now the market looks like, okay, maybe it wants to trade the whole range again. Yep. So let me mark that area here. It seems to be the comfort zone, the current comfort zone of the market right here. If the market doesn't push out of that zone now, then I'm inclined to go out of the trades because there is then a more likelihood the market goes further down here, collects all those stop loss orders, and then pushes back up. It does already a little step back here. Do I go out now already? Buyers are waking up. That's great news. I wanted to wait until the market is up here to decide then what happens up here. Does the market go with some power out here, or does the market go with some initiative down here? It's all in the middle of a range and all that stuff. And I'm more inclined to close the trade actually. Okay, the buyers coming in now. Let's see if they can do something. Here, see the buyers here. Looks like they can't really lift the offer too much. They're working hard, but you see on the absorption here, absorption is happening. So the market got some speed, and does it feel free enough to push now out of there? Or shall I better close my trade? So let's say as long as the constellation is like this one here, market orders are pushing up and limit orders are feeding the market orders with enough liquidity, then I'm gonna stay in that trade. But like now, the market goes back in and I even go into a sell order because the market just didn't want to push any further. So from this perspective here, nah, I'm gonna just go here. Yeah, does the market now not want to spend a little bit more time inside? Come on, yeah, spend a bit more time with me here. That's your zone. You want to be there. So as you can see here now, the sell orders, sellers are popping in, and they push the price down. Uh, there's some buyers up here, but here you can see the market sellers, they are pushing it even further down and further down and further down. Come on, come on, come on. A little bit more. Like at least to this area here. That would be awesome. Yeah, volume is moving down. That's okay. That's good to see here. And this situation here, that is a good thing to see. I went out now because of the way this candle was building up here. There was a lot of volume here. there was a lot of volume here, and then when it came up, it built another volume up here. So I'm wondering if the market now it's really gets down here and it doesn't pass that volume. So as long as it doesn't pass that volume, and you see here volume building up in the upper part, not so much in the lower part. So it's more of a likelihood the market goes up now rather than further down. And it does its job. So from here, I can go further down, I can go further up. It's in a range, so everything's possible in a range. So with the market map here, maybe just a short explanation, and then I see here stop loss and this from the indicator, from the account statistic indicator. That's I'm working on ATS now here, and it looks like this one is a portion of that change. That the amount of ticks here is definitely not the right one. Now, what did I want to check? Here, look at this one here. Was a huge volume being traded here at the bottom of that range. So my assumption now, and with the help of the with the market map, I can change the views. Let me change the trade visualizer. I change it to volume, so I see the volume being traded, and then here I see here there has been like a huge amount of volume being traded here. So my assumption, my lucky guess is here at some point here the market gonna push down. There gonna be a lot of market sell orders. So watch that space here being pushing the market down and then coming back up. If I want to see it, the amount of here was a mix between negative and positive delta. So it's like all kinds of it. If it would be only buyers here, then I would be even more certain. Oh, those one here, buyers. The market will try to push it down here because, and that's how it looks like, because of those buyers, they're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck when the market pushes further down and then goes further up. So they are now a little bit in a problem case. Let me check the volume here. Don't want to make too much chaos. But I want to see the market pushing down here. And here the sellers are coming in, as you can see. Sellers are coming in. Not yet. The limit orders, the limit buy orders here underneath, they were ready. They were so ready. But let's see if there's another try of the market to push that down. A lot of volume here as well. Yeah. So I want to see the market sell orders popping in, pushing that's down here. There was something going on, okay, but there's still something to get from these ones here, from these friends. So this is a very nice range. Do we want to trade there? And if you want to trade in which direction? If we look at the 15 minutes chart, it goes down, even though the market broke the lower high here. And maybe it was now the time to find its higher low. Or if you just follow the price action here, then that's like going south. That's the so it's kind of 50-50. I don't like 50-50, but sometimes it's the best you get. And according to the 1 hour chart here, yeah, that looks heavy short as well. So it's one of these typical here. They're here, that's support, and that's going to be resistance here. So one of those. So my eyes are always on different areas here. And one of them is, for instance, the demand index. The demand index now just told me that is a short setup. So the market went down here. I'm a master in having entries and then, yeah, coming into a loss. So here I had an entry at about 50 ticks plus. But stupid me, I kept that. So let's see how far the market gonna push down. Trading in the middle of the range is kind of a kamikaze thing. And you should put your stop loss then outside of that range. Yeah, this bar here concerns me a little. It's limit sell orders close to the current price, and usually they work like a magnet towards the price. If my mouse at the closing my stop loss. So stupid. So market sell orders popping in here, but they easily disappear again. But limit buy orders below the current price, they are currently loading up. Might want to attract the price. But the market sell orders, they wins without me. I always like to see is what happened now here. The market sell orders, they got in there, and when the market sell orders increase, the price really goes down. So the price reacting to the market sell orders, which is great as long as I'm in a sell order. Absorption is when the market has market orders, but the price doesn't react. And here is a lot of things happened here at the very bottom of that candle. As you can see here. But now the market jumps down again. And there are like tons of market sell orders here. And hopefully they're gonna push again. Push again. Come on, push a little more. Yeah. So that is the moment when I'm gonna go out, because that's my belief that's here they're gonna be, that was just rushing, getting those orders here in place, getting those sell orders from the stop losses. I wait until the next candle is built. If that one is another with 200 plus delta, then I'm gonna jump in. If not, like at the moment it looks like there's more interest down there. There was a lot of volume here, printed on those two candles. Does the market want to come back into that range again? We need a little bit more enthusiasm here. Yep, that was the enthusiasm I was looking for. And at the same time, the market orders here, market buy orders are building up, and the limit sell orders are building up as well. So there is a certain likelihood that the market gonna shoot through. No, don't shoot away from that. I'll put my stop loss right down here. So the reason I went out here now was that I was stupid, basically. If I looked how the market pushed through here. But the reason I went out is that they don't take care about the stop loss and take profit orders here, but ticks here. But I've came back into my profit. I've profit for 35 ticks today. Um, So the market goes up and down and up and down in that range, and it goes faster down than up now. That is an interesting thing to do. Whereas the market sometimes, in that case, I would only trust that move if it was touching the lower deviation of the VWAP. So I went another short trade, and the reason for that one was this price action wise, the market went back into that range and got rejected from that range. So the market before returned on that same level like this deep here. So let's see where we're gonna end with this. Not really downtrend, but so market sell orders are kicking in, but somehow they're getting absorbed. And that's not something I like. But now they're pushing through, pushing further. That's where I go out. That was at the deviation, lower deviation of the VWAP, deviation 1. Even the price action wise, it should show me there should be more space. So I'm in a plus with 121 ticks for today so far. I had several trades in the market, as it looks like, goes deeper now. I would wait for another confirmation because now it's below this lower deviation 1 from the VWAP, and I would look for another trend following. There's no clear signal for me now here. It's kind of go up, could go down. It's good if I look at a short-term price action here. Yes, it looks like it could go up, but it could go down. But I'm not trusting that one here. I'm just not trusting that for whatever reason. Maybe because it had here, if I look at the 15 minutes chart, it had a higher high, and now I'm looking for the higher low to be built here. And if I look at the demand index here, it looks like the price goes down. There's a little divergence going on here. Like here, demand index was deeper, but here that price was higher. And now here, demand index doesn't really move up or down, even though the price moves down. So I'm not really trusting that move. So we are now back in that range, which I said at the beginning at my analysis for the day. We did the analysis here short before the opening of the American market. The green area is the American market, the blue area is the European market, and the yellow kind of ish area here is the Asian market. So I did the analysis around about here, that area, and I said, okay, the market can be ranging in that area here. If it goes up here, I'm long. If it goes down here, I'm short. Now, what we've seen was that, what did we see? It went up here to that upper level, the range. Okay, built a little range up here. And now it went down. It goes further down, but my suspicion is that it will go up again. But I think that's still within the range, still within this kind of area here. So I'm inclined to call it a day. I got 121 ticks profit. I got some homework to do in terms of fixing this. That's an indicator of mine here, account statistics. And that account statistics indicator has a nice feature, which is actually here it's auto exporting every trade. So once you do a trade, it's automatically exporting that one. And you have those trades saved. It works in replay mode as well. Others has a little issue with their own tools there to even show the statistics during replay. The account statistics indicator from me is doing that properly, but it looks like that there is an issue with the stop loss and the take profit in case you are not in a trade. So that's going to be some homework to do. And here is somebody putting a lot of volume into the game. And what I always like to do as well, like to see is how the volume is moving. Like at the moment, my market map indicator is set to show the volume, and then it's showing the volume until it's being touched again. So here, like if you look, that's not the right thing here. Zoom exception. So here, there has been a lot of volume printed, then the market went to that volume and then went further up. and further down here. So the volume seems to move up at the moment. But, you know, trading in this kind of rangy situation is very much disliked. So the other one here, which shortly I want to show, is my trade visualizer. That trade visualizer actually need to change the settings here. Stop loss usually I take with 100 ticks and 200 ticks take profit. What it shows is um, you can put it here linked to your cursor. So if you go, let's say, if you say I want to go in here, then your 100 tick stop loss would be above that range. But you can link it to the price as well. So now it's moving up and down with the price. So if you do, in that case here, if you're interested in a short, then I usually do that if I say the market is short. I put here, I tell the trade visualizer that it should show shorts. It could show longs as well, but that kind of keeps my mind in check as well. Okay, keep in mind there's short moment. That one is just too much of an opportunity. There's such a huge volume being accumulated now and going down. So I'm just wondering if that is worth the effort to put a trade in, because especially the stop loss is above the lower deviation of the VWAP. So I'm wondering if that one was a good idea. This blue line here, that is the 70% volume area of that candle. And you see the market doesn't seem to be, is not really willing to go back into that area. So, and you have short-term, short price action. Maybe there are some more ticks for me to collect. I got a lot of, but at the same time, it would go out of the whole thing here. So I'm kind of, yeah. Yeah, I'll take those. So I got now 224 ticks for today. I could have stayed in, but it's at the end of my day. It's now 11 o'clock here in Indonesia, and it is 10 o'clock in the US, and we are entering an area here as anyway, which is the lower part of the day, of the range of the day. Um, yeah, the markets does what the market does. Thank you very much for watching. That was the video about live trading. So you saw a couple of trades here. On the uploaded video on YouTube, you will see the timestamps as well when which trade was done. So you should be able to follow. And here, typical game, right? You go out of this trade here, take your 50 whatever ticks, and then the market goes another 185 ticks, right? That's the joy of the trader, and the markets might go even deeper. As I said at the beginning, when the market goes down here, it might be even more short. But maybe it's a fake out. God knows. let's finish that video here, and thanks for watching, and see you on the trading floor.